Hey, I'm Jorge. It's really great up on the hill, so why don't you come check my place? Come on.
Jorge Torres is an editor in the glamorous world of fashion. He's traveled all over the world, but always looks forward to coming home to his tiny hideaway in the Hollywood Hills. The 330 square foot apartment is basically 2 rooms, a kitchen that doubles as a bedroom, and a small yet comfortable living room.
I'm a fashion editor and an art director, so when I put my apartment together, I knew exactly what I wanted it to look like before I even started it. You know, I've been blessed with that ability. I don't know how to do math or fix a car, but when it comes to visual things, I'm quite good.
With ceilings that are less than 6 feet high, someone else might be daunted, but not Jorge.
You know, when I first saw this space, I really loved it. I love this apartment. I have such a beautiful view out there that I don't mind if it's kind of like smallish and cozy over here, because in a way it also makes me feel tall. Look, I can touch the ceiling. But the one thing I didn't like was that it was very hard to make it a formal space because one wall goes out one way, this other wall goes out the other way, so there was no way of making it really cohesive. So what I did was, instead of putting furniture the way you should, which is this way, and it looked wrong going outward, I cheated it in, like in cinema, like this, and it's aligned with the floors, and I pulled the rest of the furniture in, and now it looks like a formal living room.
The other half of the apartment has to serve many different functions.
And here we are in the part of my house that is my kitchen, my office, and my bedroom. One trick for me about living in a small space is to keep the surfaces as clean and open as possible. If I need an appliance, I'll pull it up. Clutter is not cool. When you live in a small space, you just don't want clutter because it holds the energy in the wrong way. And I'm very California about that. This is my stove. It's not really a stove. It's some kind of like created cooking device, but it works for me because all I use it for is boiling water. So, but it's kind of very 70s. And actually the entire apartment has a 70s kind of vibe.
I love that he's kept all that wood paneling in there. It's very retro, kind of Brady Bunch, but it works with his whole style in there. I think it's very chic.
Jorge put his twin bed in the corner of the kitchen, which can double as a second sofa.
I needed to have a bed, but it's a very small space. So what I did was I made it into a day bed.
By putting his bed next to his kitchen really requires that he hides it. When you're in the kitchen, you don't want to see the bed pillows. So by using nicer throw pillows, it looks more like a couch instead of an actual bed.
You know, people can lay here and I can be over there cooking or I can be over there preparing the drinks. And, you know, it's a nice place to have another place to sit in such a tiny, tiny space. And, you know, you can also take a nap. And right here next to my bed, I have my storage closet. My towels, my linens, my sweaters, my papers, my writing devices here, my pillows. I have a lot of clothes. I'm a fashion guy and I love my clothes. So I didn't have a place to hang them. So I found this tension rod that was designed originally for a shower curtain. And I found out that if I put it diagonally, I could put a lot of hangers here and put some more extra clothes. That way I can shop more.
The balcony is the highlight of this minuscule apartment.
See, one of the reasons why I like living here is because I have a small, cozy space here, and then I have a big open space here with a huge view, trees, lots of light, and I can come out here and relax, have my breakfast, be by myself, or in the evening I can have all my friends over and have a big party and have a great time. What I had to consider when I decorated was the outside of the house. This is a modern house, so I needed to have something that was modern. I didn't want something very expensive because it's exposed to the elements. I also don't have a very wide space, so I wanted to have some kind of formality in terms of a table, but I didn't want it to take all the space of the balcony. So I found this that is shaped like a triangle, and it actually opens into a square. I think that you learn a lot from living in a small space. One of the things you learn is you learn how to edit yourself. You learn how to live with only the best things that you own. And you learn that you don't need as many things as you think you do. I think I'm very lucky. I think that there is great beauty in simplicity. And I think you can live a very healthy life that way.